It is 570 week one. Welcome to week one. Let's jump into it. Although maybe we should take a moment. Did you just get back from vacation? Have you been back since the 3rd? If you've been in the classroom, or did you get back, or are you going back tomorrow, just today? I'm recording this on a Friday late afternoon. We're heading back in 3 more days, 2 weeks off. It's been exhausting with my 3 kids, but fantastic. Definitely have the vacation beard going on right now. Um, yeah. Anyway, hope you had a time that you wanted to have during your break, and either you're kind of back in the swing of things or you're just now gearing up for it. It's gonna be like a 1-2 punch where you're like, oh, going back, it's a lot, and starting 570, it's a lot. Um, yeah, most of the time you're also going to see me in my office at Hillbrook, not with like the bland background. But this week, really straightforward. It's really kind of acclimating to the course. The big thing you have, your only deliverable, if you will you? Great. Your only deliverable is the discussion board. Initial post is due Wednesday. APA citation. The APA citation is going to be the video you're watching. Spoiler alert. And then 2 responses Sunday before midnight. Videos around Ramsey Musalam's TED Talk, 3 Rules to Spark Learning. Ramsey's a good friend. He actually was the one that kind of reimagined this course. So if you're ever loving a particular assignment, blame Ramsey. If you're like, why are we doing this assignment? I don't like it. You can also blame Ramsey. He's also adjunct faculty here at Concordia University, Irvine. At some point, you will have him in a course, perhaps. You get to hear his TED Talk. It's a shorter one. It's fantastic. I remember actually when he was flying out to New York with a couple of friends to give that talk, and it's like the perfect tee up for this course. So you're gonna watch the video. You're gonna summarize his 3 rules, particularly focusing on that final one, and talk about what that 3rd rule is. You're like, oh, what's the rule? I don't know. You're gonna have to watch the video and find out. But make sure you're doing that initial post with an AP citation and responding to 2 classmates. What else do we have in week number 1? Review those learning outcomes. If you've not looked at the Start Here page on the home of Canvas, do that. You have a Flipgrid or a Microsoft Flip reflection, and there's quite a bit of reading. It's a 26-page article in total around defining reflection by Carol Rogers, looking at John Dewey and reflective thinking. It's not nearly as dense as John Dewey's writing, and it really sets up again the course, like between Ramsey's video and this kind of re-looking at Dewey for your flip reflection. I think you're gonna have a good idea of kind of the trajectory of the course. So definitely set aside some time for that. Make sure you're getting that video reflection in by the end of the week on week 1. End of the week is always on a Sunday. If you don't know how to use Flip, now's your chance. It's an amazing tool for, students really like TK through 20. Like every student, it's great for reflective practice, for students reflecting on their own practice, for students that sometimes struggle with typing on a keyboard. This is me typing on a keyboard, but they can talk, right? So we have these tools. We should be using these tools, and you're going to be using these tools, which also means less papers that are APA formatted. You get to just talk for a minute. And these videos, if they're about a minute long, great. Don't feel like you have to go to like a minute 25 and pace it out just right. The idea is just to get in the habit of like opening up Flip, whether it's on your laptop or on your phone, recording a 1-minute video, and you are good to go. So you definitely want to look ahead at the following week, what your personalized reflective practice approach is going to be. That's due in week number 2. But for this week, you're just going to read that PDF that's 20-ish pages, post your reflection to Flip, discussion board, reply to some classmates, you're good to go. Be sure and look at all the fantastic resources in Canvas. Fantastic resources, like not as much fun as having like some barbecue or something. But there's some great support services for you. Amazing library resources if you need some help with stuff. All kinds of stuff. The writing studio I mentioned in the welcome. Be sure and take a look at all of those. If you're feeling a little bit nervous about APA resources, there's a whole section on APA resources. If you've not been through the library orientation, there's a whole section for the library and research resources and orientation, and then you're just going to go through week one. And compared to the rest of the course, it's a pretty light lift, a pretty easy start to get you going. So that is all for week one. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, happy week one, everybody.